Popsicles on the ready.
2 popsicles. Hell yeah. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna open my blinds real quick so that let in some light.
We are live.
There we go. I got some light in here now.
We are live. Hi.
Now we're moving. Come on, Batman. Let's get grooving.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we only have 2 hours today.
Yeah. Or more, depending if, because here's the thing, D&D, I have D&D today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're doing it in person or online. If it's online, I have 1 more hour. If it's in person, then it's just 2 hours.
Well,
So we can keep playing. We will just play it, and I'll just message my friends in the background. I'll let you know.
Gotcha. I do have something at 2 my time today that I want to watch, so
Fair.
either
For 2 hours?
way, it'll be fine.
Nice.
In that case, let's just pull up the stream and then...
Double nice. Show my back.
Oh, right, I gotta project to you too. Here we go. Perfect.
Let's go.
It's...
All right, I'm October 8th, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, numero 6. Who is this woman? Good morning. I'm in a good mood.
I love her. I love her so much.
I love her hair. I like her outfit. I like her outfit. It gives me good vibes.
Vera Misham, my beloved. So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright. That's Wright with a W. But not Wright, right? We're on your side. You can tell us anything. Please. Good morning.
She speaks!
Not bad. But I think you do better with a little smile, you know? Trucy, you can't just ask a woman to smile. Trucy.
Trucy literally like, not bad. Now, if you add a little bass into that, no, add an octave in there.
You're still pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know?
Trucy, let's take it easy for starters.
She's also a lefty.
Look.
Thank you for taking my case.
Oh, the smile!
I know!
Oh.
I love her so much!
Oh, that's so cute. Actually, you know what that kind of reminds me of? I know it's more of a recent thing. Oh. Yeah, somewhat recent. So you know how, apparently, I recently found out Marnie, apparently, from Pokemon, does not smile, or can't smile, so she, like, that's why she, like, uses her fingers to force a smile.
Oh.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that.
She is quite possibly my favorite defendant in the entirety of the series.
Well, okay, well, that's a start, I guess. There she goes with the nail polish again.
That's
I mean,
great.
you gotta look good for court.
Yeah. That's great, really. It's so cultured. Wanna try? Ooh, really?
I don't want to stop them. They're being so girly pop.
They're so girly pop.
They're so girly. Girls. The victim, Drew Misham, right? Misham. Drew Misham was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really. Or maybe one that led to his death. Well, we now are. Well, we now begin the trial of Vera Misham. Vera Misham.
Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like.
The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time. It may indeed alter out our legal system forever.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Today is a test of the jurist system. And the first
Hi,
step
Klavier.
and the first step toward a new order in our courts. A new world order. No, I'm kidding. Daddy's secret mission. The jurists will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will.
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom?
3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Jurists, judge well and judge cool.
Now, see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was gonna say that.
My apologies, Herr Judge. You okay?
Yeah, no. I'm fine.
Oh, you were just whining as the judge. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, jurors today are, judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind. The jurors are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. I'm about to find out just what effect they are gonna have. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, if you will, if you would.
The victim is the painter, Misham. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, Vera Misham.
Objection!
An objection! There wasn't any poison in the coffee.
Achtung! Someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself.
The mug. Residue was found in the rim, I see.
The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death.
The court accepts this as evidence.
That's a kind of broad estimated time of death for such a quick poisoning.
According to his report, the victim's death was caused by atroquinine poisoning. Atroquinine, ow.
A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. A touch of atroquinine in the body is the touch of the Reaper's scythe. The Reaper? Green Ace Attorney reference?
Wait, if that's the case, right? Where it's so rare, like
Yeah.
this girl doesn't leave her house. I think this is like the first time she's left in like at least 2 years. Remember, she's like homeschooled or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, where would she even get access to that? Somebody would have to bring it there.
Maybe she mail ordered it? It's possible.
She called one of her Discord besties like, "Hey, can you give me some atroquinine?" Thanks. Sorry.
Also, quick reminder, atroquinine takes 15 minutes to act.
Oh. Well, yeah, that would make sense. 9 to 9:30, because like they don't know when it exactly started, but they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess. And I don't know. I mean, he plopped down on the floor. When did somebody notice he was dead?
Pretty much immediately after he took a sip of his coffee.
So if he died at 9:30, that means he should have drank it at like 9:15.
It was the first sip.
Oh, that's fair. No, that's fair. I don't know. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. You may present your witness.
I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety.
Oh, it's that journalist, no doubt.
The witness will state his name and occupation.
Oh, no!
Ah, right! Well, for starters, my name's Spark Brushel. My job is a lone observer of the world.
In other words, a freelance journalist, right?
Ahem. If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Brushel?
I dislike conclusions. Specifically, the aspect of jumping to conclusions. Preconceptions make Park Sandbox of endless desert waste. End quote.
That does actually make sense.
But you're a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today, a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel. And the quote.
These aren't even quotes, they're headlines. I said that last time and I'm saying it again. These are headlines, not quotes. His bit makes no sense.
Let's hear your testimony then, shall we? A simple case, Gavin. For me, the jury is still out.
Womp womp. Alright. The journalist's story.
I've been in the studio around 9 that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the 8th layer.
Atelier.
Atelier.
It's French.
I'm not French. Gosh, that makes so much sense.
Atelier, journalistic history made. End quote.
Oh no, my popsicle's broken. Oh well.
His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls. End quote.
That's just 2 words.
No one else entered the room besides her the whole time.
Well, that's very accusatory.
That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him. Let's go, Judge!
Whoa. What are you saying, Judge?
Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today? I felt the need to be a bit dramatic.
This isn't Judge Judy, Judge. You didn't do it, did you?
Thing like that, meta thing like that.
Come on, that's like.
Me do a thing like that.
Oh, me, oh, meta,
Newsmaker making the news? And the quote? Or even contemporary witch hunt and quote? I know. Wild accusations rock courtroom and quote.
Dude, he made 3 of them.
Rock indeed. Prosecutor Investigator Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
I'm so happy for him. Slay, Klavier, slay. Very, very well, Mr. Justice. Your cross-examination, please.
Okay, let's cross-examine this bitch. I'm thinking this is just press.
Press everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 p.m. at night? Isn't that a little late for an interview?
And the great painter Drew Misham says, come at 9? Believe you me, I go at 9! The first, and as it turned out, last interview with such a prolific painter.
Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio?
Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all mankind, but a giant step for that Brushel guy and the co-out.
If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider.
By which he means Vera did it.
So, how did this epoch-making interview go?
Would you mind being a little more specific?
Ooh-wee, let me tell you, I enjoyed a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in the 3rd grade.
That's not what I meant.
I believe I know therefore had this driving out. This coffee the victim served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it?
Right. That's what I was going to say, really.
Well, now if you got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. Which isn't to say I can't only write grade school.
Who touched the coffee?
I don't know. It was in the back, looking at the studio equipment when she served it.
And what happened next?
What's this thing about a star falling?
Star Falls? Huh. It's like an old telegram. Or a sequel show to Gravity Falls. Send money.
Nice.
Over.
Star falls. If that's not in space, I'm gonna cry.
Zowie! You don't know? That's like a journalism code word.
When the sky falls, when it crumbles.
An important personage passes away as star falls. Get it?
But there's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really.
Does this matter, Chip?
Oh boy! This is good stuff, good stuff! How about star breaks? Nah, lacks punch. I know! Star dies! Nah, lacks imagination. Of course you could go with Drew dies. Straight to the point. I like it.
I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial.
What do you think? Well, we already know about, the Star's coffee, and we already can assume that Brushel's coffee wasn't poisoned, so...
So, the moment of death. About when Mr. Misham passed away.
Oh boy, what a scene that was! He puts his coffee mug down with a crash, right?
Yes, and then?
Then the cold fingers of death touched his spine. Life's flames sputter and failed. So cold was the touch, he could do not but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, Life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over? Yes, that's a go, that's a go.
I think he's starting his article already.
Could you describe that a little more simply?
Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Artist seizure is final performance. And quote.
That's a little ableist. The troponin paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow, the limbs tremble, the throat burns.
That's quite enough of that. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah! I want the details, lots of juicy details.
For that, you can listen to our last year's hit single, A Troponin, My Love, by the Governors, available at all major music outlets. I love...
The point...
I love Klavier.
You know, I can't say anything because that is totally what well, he's a rock star now. Yeah, you picture, no, extra word. I'm gonna stop talking. I can't.
Yeah, he's like that.
Yep, he's goaded with the sup. The point here is that the victim died of a troquinine poison. Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony? Never. I mean, we already knew that.
Yeah, well, he said the death was instantaneous.
All right. Well, I guess it's very important then, because like we still have the thing where it says 9 to 9:30. Well, as you can account of the moment of the victim's death, I say it's very important. Please add it to the testimony. Very well. The court requests a witness and add this account to his testimony. No!
What?
We're good. I dropped my popsicle. We're good now.
Oh no, your popsicle. Let me just...
Those...
Go ahead.
Okay.
Those spasms, that was definitely death by poison.
Ah, you know how death by poison works, do you?
Are you sure about that?
You're not a stranger to it now, are you?
Are you sure about that?
We'll show it.
1 second.
And quote.
God, sorry. I hate that I'm slightly liking. I'm slightly liking talking like this guy, just a bit. Dude, let me tell you, dude. I was at work and I was constantly thinking about the end quote from this guy.
Hang on, wait. That's not... Hang on, wait. Hold it! I was wrong. It is the Star's coffee.
You say it was definitely by poison. Death by poison. How can you be so sure?
Well, look, I'm a journalist. I see a lot of things. And I've had more than my share of experience with so-called poisoning. Man eats fishy fish, goes bye-bye, and the quote.
Food
Haha.
poisoning doesn't count.
Well, he's a food reporter, so...
Fair enough. I don't know, maybe if he's eating a pufferfish, then there's some real poison.
Lionfish.
Yeah, true. You know that you can't eat those, like you need like a certified chef to actually cut those things properly. You have to be certified to serve that food. So interesting. Alright, the Star's coffee.
Also, apparently, divers are kind of training sharks to eat invasive lionfish.
Oh, nice. Wait, dangerous.
No, they can handle it.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, nice then. You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too? But did you actually see him drink the coffee?
Oh, there we go.
Of course. Well, he who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger.
And the what do you mean?
I
He
don't
who
know.
sees it wins?
I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet,
Yeah.
I guess I can't say I saw him drink it really. He had one so-called sip, if that. If that. Oh yeah, if that. Man puts lips to mug drink. End quote?
That poison is quite virulent.
Virulent.
Virulent. I almost got it.
Virulent.
I hear. Virulent. All my characters just don't know how to say words.
Okay.
My stomach did a so-called somersault. Since I gulped down that coffee was so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. Anyone want to venture a guess for the record?
Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, do you find the testimony valuable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the music didn't stop. That's why.
The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over?
Oh yes. You can go to press with that one.
Your Honor, Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony. Very well. The witness will add this to his testimony.
Vital, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
He had one sip of that. That next moment, he was on the floor.
Oh, really? Slow-acting deadly poison.
Objection!
You know, what I have a problem with, you know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used, atroquinine. Trucy, did I get that right? Yes.
You're good.
Oh! Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams. Paralyzed the central nervous system. If you drink that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile. Why are you using me as an example?
Let's give it to Brushel. That way he'll finally shut up.
Yes! Yes!
I'm
Give it to
kidding.
Brushel.
I'm
Aw.
kidding. He's the best character in this case. At least the most helpful.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm using the voice that I'm using now, but I still think it would be great. A great voice for this man would be Alan Yankovic.
Helen. Yep, Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al. Yep, Weird Al. Isn't it? Is his name Alan? I don't know.
No, I don't
Is
know.
it just Al? Where did I come with Alan? I don't know. Sorry.
Albert.
Albert. Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. there was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. An omission? Atroquinine is a virulent, as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately.
Oh, they have in Stars in Time plushies of Isabeau and Mirabelle. Oh. And it
What?
changed. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
That's because atroquinine is slow acting.
What?
According to one forensic scientist,
It's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show.
if we suppose that the moment Mr. Misham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. What? Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why?
Ah,
That contradicts the entire testimony we just heard. Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say on that record?
slow acting. S-L-O-A-C-T. It was virulent? Alright. Even then, it had already begun digging into the its claws into the journalist.
He's working on his scoop.
Objection!
It's Brushel, yeah? Hell, Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane.
Huh?
Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital.
You know what? You know what I think? I think that was a not so subliminal suggestion and a quote.
I admit it does cause a problem if he died when you say he did. I would be forced to say auf Wiedersehen to my simple case, and you would be forced to say farewell to your article.
Come again?
You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent, and you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye.
Scoop, scoop.
I hate that he brushes his glasses.
I thought he was brushing his tongue.
And his glasses.
I did not see it. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Look, wait. Just wait a sec. Just one sec.
We're waiting, out with it.
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail.
Okay.
A revival of recollection and the quote. A story survival and the quote.
Attorney utterly confused. End quote. Gosh, thoughts?
Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard a poison takes its sweet time, see?
But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushel, are you saying something that explains what happened?
You bet I am! You have to know for a poison contradiction and a quote, you might say.
Or I still have no idea what you're talking about. End quote, I might say.
I figured it out! But only only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
What? Okay.
Oh my gosh, he's so lanky.
Yeah, holy shit.
Order! 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 Order.
As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Misham died the instant after he drank.
Of course, I'm standing by my testimony. And my dream of exclusive rights to this story.
Ah, I suppose it was too much to hope for.
What was?
Of course, he wouldn't choose a simple case. Not him.
Him? Or was that about Mr. White? Right.
Phoenix Wright, who else?
Dot.
Achtung, Herr Brushel. Report for us, if you would. What is it that you noticed?
This court is a critical trial of the jury system.
Ah!
I hate whenever I do my I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
A suicide note.
Yes! He had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation. And the quote.
Suicide? Poor Mr. Misham. But that means Vera's innocent.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview?
Oh.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Oh wait, we know the note. We've seen the note.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he put the letter away when he saw you?
Early reporter gets the worm. And the quote. That's my secret.
I'm not sure if I follow.
It's the night of the interview. I arrived 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in.
Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really?
Mr. Misham sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one.
It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice? I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. Defense finds this testimony vital information, Your Honor. Very well. Please add it to the testimony then.
Hey, why not my account? Comes free of charge.
Yellow envelope. I heard.
Yellow envelope, huh?
I thought it was red.
Objection!
As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope. Red like my suit. Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes?
Was the yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, no. But, Tafflehead, it's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. It's not. It's really not.
Not if it's a primary color! I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Brushel?
I can explain that. Drew, right? He wanted to get that envelope in an wanted to get that letter in an envelope. Pronto! Get out of sight of my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed it away.
And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness's claim? Yeah. That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. It's possible. No, the victim put a letter here. No, it couldn't have been because he said he sealed it, right? You had to put it over boiling, steaming water. That's impossible. That's impossible.
I like your expression. So full of confidence.
It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist.
What?
Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham.
Oh!
Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. Stop choking yourself, buddy. You know, if you finish cutting his hair, he gives me Baldy Basics vibe. Order! Order! Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court?
Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots. End quote.
I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel.
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
His desk drawer?
Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, and a quote.
Stamp. Whatever for.
Well, to mail his letter. What else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox.
We saw nothing in the letterbox.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box.
Well, apparently this yellow letter has nothing to do.
Oh, how I wish it did! Just think if that were a suicide note. What a story! Star writes suicide note in front of reporter. Falls. And, whoa!
Ahem, as I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case. That said, I kind of like his background music. It's kind of funky.
It's from the second game, I think.
Ooh, I like it. Yes, Your Honor. Makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope.
Fun fact, this music is associated with Dr. Hottie.
Oh my gosh. The
Yeah.
one, the creep. Okay,
The
yeah.
creep. But
So they wanted another creep for the other game.
slightly, yeah. Do you want me to take over somebody so you're not just talking to yourself, or are you ready?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Hang on. Actually, let me just grab a popsicle or two real quick.
How many have you had so far? Too many?
Just two. Just two! I swear, just two!
Too many.
I'll be back. I'm back. I accidentally grabbed 3 popsicles, so you know what? It must have been fate.
Yeah, sure.
$100, $100,000 is quite a good deal of money. $100. Hey, $100 is a lot of money.
It is.
Just not in our economy anymore, but it's still a lot.
$20 is the new $5 and $100 is the new $20.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, and it hurts. So this was from 7 years ago, yeah? 7 years ago.
7 years ago. So I am finished here. I mean, am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing.
You killed a man. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that rather unique face.
Ah, come on! I want to go home. Attorney has active imagination, little else. And End quote.
Well, that's rude.
Even I noticed something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. You know, I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is all about.
Oh yeah, that mechanic.
Judge has an active imagination. End quote. I swear, the judge just ends up saying end quote. That's it, I'm done.
His speech patterns
Please.
have infected everybody.
No, it's gonna be a new tick of. It's gonna become a new tick of mine. I just want to. I'm gonna finish my whatever my sentence is. It's gonna be like, I am awesome. End quote.
And then you're gonna be like, oh no, he's got me too.
No. Please continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here, usually.
Oh, he is. That's weird.
Okay.
Actually, it took a bit of a work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter's leverage his story gets his interview and the quote.
What do you mean leverage his story?
Oh, did you blackmail the guy?
Maybe he did.
The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. The red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare.
So you threatened to go to the press with his story? That's how you got your interview? Blackmail? Just go.
Well, yes. I mean, no. It wasn't exactly blackmail. I mean, not. I'm not.
Something's wrong, Mr. Brushel.
Look. This is my story, my tidbit. Journalist info is livelihood. End quote.
I see.
While you have me chatting away in here, what's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story?
Or Tabby Lloyd.
Gosh, I was trying to think of something smart, but I can't.
They'd be going to the press while I'm going to waste.
I was gonna say something like, what was that, like yellow information, yellow news?
I don't know. Yellow papers.
Yeah, because like, isn't that a thing where like yellow news is like fake news?
Let me. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, because I remember there's an old thing, or no, maybe not old, but it's like yellow news.
Yeah, yellow journalism.
Yeah, yellow journalism. I was trying to be like
Sensationalized. And kind of racist.
oh, wait, that's true.
They could be going to the press while I'm going to waste. I blame all of you guys. End quote.
The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace.
I blame all of you. End quote.
A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago?
In orange? I love that
7 years ago?
I love
What
that
else happened?
I just love that they show Trucy like, hi! Alright.
I know what you're thinking.
I'm just gonna do this because
He's sweating.
he's literally sweating.
Say what you will, but Drew's talent
Drew's talent, huh?
Gotcha!
Drew's talent?
Sweat much, Mr. Brushel?
That's not how.
Oh yes, on a quite frequent basis.
That's not how sweat works. That's not how sweat stains work. Let me know.
Yeah, well.
Let me tell you, I know how sweat stains work, and that is not how they work.
See, I wear tank tops, so I'm not gonna worry about that.
Even with tank tops.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
A man can't help his glands, you know? It's
Ew.
hot in here.
Ew.
End quote.
Ew.
It's more than that. When Mr.
Wrong
Misham...
character. Wrong character.
What?
Wrong
Oh.
character. Apollo sounds like Brushel now.
And it's more than that. And
It's more. God damn it! There's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets.
what? That is rude.
You're hiding something about his talents.
What? That's ridiculous.
Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talents lay. The fake. So I'm assuming the one with the sketch, no? Because you see.
No,
Oh, no, I guess
the
this
one that he stole, because he's a
Yeah,
thief.
fair. That's true. He is a thief. This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. There are two problems with this painting. The first is it was painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio which looked exactly, well, not exactly, but looked exactly like this one. Except it was only half done.
End quote.
Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgery.
Awooga!
Why did I know you were gonna do that?
Listen, it was just missing an A. I might as well. That is all, Your Honor.
Everyone, please! Everyone!
I just noticed he doesn't wear socks. He doesn't wear socks
course
with
he
his
doesn't.
shoes.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Can we please keep this private? Please? This is my story, my scope!
Forgery. That's a serious crime.
Drew Misham is known as an artist these days. But there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back.
Another art, meaning forgery?
Drew Misham was a talented, alright. Talented at making precise, detailed, fake.
Well, there we go.
A fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover.
Criminal element. What you can't seriously be talking about.
Exactly. I'm talking about forging evidence. The rumor started circulating 7 years ago.
There it
I
is
see what you're
again.
doing.
It keeps popping up.
7 years ago. So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for
Exactly. Force evidence, nets tiny profits, and quote.
Well,
Order, I say! Why, it's like our victim was living a double life. Ha 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 ha! This is my chance! So the victim had the ties to the criminal world, right?
He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about.
this is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation.
But how do you explain all this money?
You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here.
But there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was, and remains, simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course.
The only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews.
Laughs and spoilers for another case.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid journalism, so solid you could stand an elephant on it. And to quote.
In any case, let's do a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation, did I say that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Ascertain, yep, the situation in that studio from the recap, the trial is over.
Apollo, what's he talking about?
The cross-examination showed that Mr. Brushel didn't have any reason or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance. Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please. Sorry, I have popsicle juice.
Popsy.
The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She admitted as much herself. Only thing that touched her lips during that interview was the mug.
Well, if he didn't even drink the coffee,
And
how
also
could
air.
Yeah, it's good. Well, if he didn't even drink the coffee, how could she have killed him with poison with it?
And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
Uh-huh. A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, and without room for doubt.
Ah, shucks. You really think so?
I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your final cross-examination. Right. I still have one trump card left to play. And I won't let this trial end until I use it. Not one thing, you're sure?
Yep, sure can be. Well, with one exemption.
One exception, what?
What? journalist. Sparks Brushel does interview. Leave studio. End the quote. Come on. It's a joke, get it? Not funny, I know, but still.
Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before? Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night?
What do you think?
Probably. I would like to look at our evidence.
Alright, court record?
Oh, nice. The letterbox. If there was a thing in the letterbox, it might have left with the mail person.
Just one
The
thing.
yellow envelope. I think the one thing might very well have left the studio that night. Actually, wait, I think one. Yeah, I read that weirdly. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene. By which you mean something other than our witness? Of course.
Don't tell me. Vera Misham.
Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional. Ugh. Now let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice. Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene.
The letterbox.
The letterbox!
Obviously.
This is the only link between the studio and the outside world. I know, it's scary. A letterbox. What did Mr. Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Well, yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he puts the letters in a yellow envelope and put it in that letterbox. Ah! That very same letterbox was empty, in other words. That night, the yellow envelope disappeared.
Objection!
Ah yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing.
Huh? You have a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got to Mr. Misham. Is it really important that this envelope, the witness says, he saw disappeared? Well, if it didn't disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me. Very well then, the witness will add this to his testimony.
You got it.
I still think this fails to change anything, Applehead.
I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for.
Alright. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mud. You sure about about that?
Hold it!
You're sure about that? Well, oh! Are you saying okay? I think I'm getting where I think I'm getting where this is going.
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
One of those candies might have been poisoned.
Yet, at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room. Milt?
Mint.
Mint. And no mint residue was found.
It was a long shot anyway.
Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, you have some proof? Possibility is there. I can feel it. Just maybe not prove it. Not yet. The possibility isn't going to cut it out now. Not now. Mr. Misham ingested what poison via a route other than that coffee?
We can prove it.
Alright, we can prove it.
We can totally prove it.
Yeah! Proof is possible. Here goes nothing.
You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, Airforehead, not possibilities.
Like a mathematical blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna suck at that. I'm not gonna finish that. I was just, of course. And Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof.
What did you say?
I have proof of the disappearing envelope.
I saw him writing a letter. I did.
Which was picked up by the mailman, I assume. Of course, which means that envelope had a stamp on it. A stamp. Ah! As we all know, stamps come with dry glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it. By licking the stamp!
Objection!
No one we're talking to actually licks stamps in this day and age.
Objection!
What? Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead, after all.
Objection!
Okay, so he licked the stamp. But wait, how does that explain the atroconine on the rim of the coffee mug?
Objection!
Ha! If he licked the back of the poison stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? That would then happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth, hmm?
Oh,
Those traces on the mug were the killer's doing. It was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself. Order. Order, 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 I say. But that doesn't... That's it. Recall, if you would. Atroconine is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison enters his body when he puts the stamp on that envelope. But his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. Show 'em up.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
You have something to add, Mr. Brushel? Uh-oh, his nose is picking up another scent.
As I believe I mentioned earlier,
Oh,
oh, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp! A so-called postage stamp! And a quote! But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one.
maybe he just ran out.
Incidentally, we searched the dress drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps. Not a single one.
Oh, but wait! Wasn't there a tiny picture frame? Dude, that's small enough for a stamp. I betcha. That does pose a problem. How would you prove that the stamp was coated with poison? Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poison possible.
Good show, good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place.
Well, let's see what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of the stamp?
The tiny frame!
Take that!
Well, that certainly is a cute little frame. Oh, look at the cutie patootie. And by little, I mean really little. It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see, for yourself.
I noticed that too during my inspection, so what?
Apparently, you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important. Ah! 1 second, I'm sorry. I need decongest. I'm bringing tissues. Ah! Alright, I'm back. I brought tissues. And I'm not dying. Missing something. Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Atroquinine residue.
What? Why wasn't I told about this? Emma? Fräulein?
Sorry, I just like that you just said Emma. It just made me okay. The frame is only 2 inches square, right? The face of the frame is even smaller.
Fräulein detective.
Maybe 1 inch wide at most.
You're not saying.
Oh, you know I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps? Order! The poison stamp. was in this frame?
Impossible.
Rescue Gavin.
Why would he put something like that on his desk?
Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck.
No, can I say something? I had a thought, see?
What, Mr. Brushel? Please stop shooting around like that.
The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, make enemies too, and a co-op.
So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
Objection!
Oh, rich. That's rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gavin song lyrics, please.
Finally, something we agree on.
The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who go to such lengths? No one.
Oh, I disagree. Have you heard of the thing called the bit?
Come again?
Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Misham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail. The mail. Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew Reed's letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon.
Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Show us evidence that this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon.
I might not have evidence per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed. Yeah, with poison. Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice. A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of death.
Oh, wrong one. It's the...
Take that!
Isn't this the envelope, the one from 7 years ago? The one you showed 2 minutes ago? Think about the text of the letter again. There were 2 pages in this envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope within the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The unclosed stamp, Your Honor. Ah! Ah!
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp poison on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp, and quote.
Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between fixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath.
He what, his last breath?
He Joey drew his last breath. And the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene. Quite convenient, thanks to the postal system.
This is the third time he's done this case! Such a splendid imagination you have, Airforehead.
Thank you, I know, I'm awesome. End quote.
Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So this poison stamp was inside the envelope from 7 years ago, yeah? Is that what you'd have us believe? Really?
well...
It is a little bit of a stretch, but
There's a possibility.
yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? And a poison stamp in his envelope. A stamp that then became the murder weapon. How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence? Well,
it was 7 years ago, and we don't even know who sent that letter.
and your answer is silence. I see. Very well. I move to... It's not nice to pick on the Fraulein, Klavier.
Emma?
Well, like my Kristoff impression? Did I sound like him? I forgot about that! I genuinely thought Kristoff was coming! Oh, man.
Dude, don't stress me out like that! don't quit your day job.
Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after, Fraulein Detective?
Someone had to come dig you out of all the mess you're making of this case.
Mess.
You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted in science a little more. You can find out if that stamp was in that envelope. Easy.
I was literally about to say, can we just do forensic science and see if the poison's there?
Yeah.
Care to explain yourself, Fraulein Detective? Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right?
That's right! The poison! Detective spray! Please, detection spray. Produce the red envelope at once!
I keep it in my breast pocket. Don't spray the inside of my breast pocket.
Okay. You can open it on the authority of the court. Yeah, do you also keep the machinery on like a backpack too?
Mm-hmm. Hey, check that out.
We just found a stamp. We just found a stamp. We just found a stamp. Wonder what it's for. Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's a troponine residue.
The badass, Emma herself. I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last.
Objection!
That rhymed!
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. It ain't nothing but
Hey,
a
nothing
heartache.
but a heart.
That's not you two. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago?
Well,
There's
your
one
mom.
possibility. Maybe Mr. Misham figured it out?
Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a frame. Hold it! Oh, did I say hold it? Hold!
Yeah, you did.
Actually, hold it!
Ah, you're still here.
Can I make a statement here on the record? I, Spark, Razortooth, Brushel.
Your middle name is Razortooth?
Must be his pen name.
Oh.
I, Spark, Razortooth Brushel, claim this scoop as mine. Drew Misham killed in cold blood by sender of 7-year-old letter and the co-op. There may not be blood, but there's red on the envelope for sure. No, maybe something's more
Sorry.
succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay and the co-op.
That's definitely more succinct and snappy.
Order, I say. I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit, this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp is ticket straight to afterlife.
No!
He did do it!
Say
End
it.
quote.
Uh-oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
Judge, attorney, everyone.
Except for me and, Mr. Prosecutor over there. Of course.
Klavier, you won't escape for it. You won't escape. See
I
no
have
end
my
for the
own
further-
vocal tick, and it will never be replaced. Achtung, baby!
Cores of steel? End quote?
Cords of steel, end quote. God.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo!
I think we just won.
Hell yeah!
And this wasn't our most bullshit course yet. Let's go!
Oh, trust me, it gets worse.
God damn it! This is like the least bullshit of all of them so far.
So far, yeah. It gets worse though.
Dude, oh my gosh. Apollo was sweating bullets with Lemoir. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Objection!
I am
God
going.
damn it!
I am going to win this case, Herr Forehead.
Klavier!
Is this the bright future of our legal system?
Prosecutor, Gavin?
A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets for Gavin's shows are invalid after 2 weeks.
Well, it's not a Gavin show now, is it?
No, it's death. Death has no expiration date. Well, I mean... Wait. Hang on.
Take your time.
No, continue.
But it doesn't make sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this.
There's a fatal contradiction in
I
Airfallhead's
swear
claim.
I'm going to beat you up, Klavier. A contradiction?
A poisoned stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Misham have done what he did?
Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poison.
Therein lies the rub.
Madre, por favor, señor.
7 years ago, Sir Fortune Misham sensed a trap and put the stamp in a frame. I do not debate this. But this begs the question. Why, 7 years later, did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Did he just run out of stamps or something?
He ran out of stamps and it was a suicide. Boom, simple, done. He didn't want to redo a report. He didn't like being blackmailed. What do you want from the guy?
Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot. He put some other weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot. You expect us to believe he sprang the trap on himself? He's so rabbit-coded and I love it.
Klavier, Well, I admit this is all quite shocking myself. It does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo!
I don't think we're winning anymore.
Say that in a more monotone effect, please.
I don't think we're winning anymore. I want to drink my...
Yeah,
I'm
drink.
gonna go get some tequila. I'll be right back.
Yeah, drink your tequila popsicle. I don't know.
Yeah, actually... Oh, if I melt the popsicles and then mix it... hey, okay, hold on, I'm getting out of line, my bad.
Spiked popsicles.
I want to... Wait a minute, that would be dope! Okay, all you gotta do is... Okay, but wait, popsicles... Wait, no, but alcohol doesn't freeze. No, you can't freeze, but what if I
wait. Right, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Objection, alright? Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in the envelope, bitch?
The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us?
You listen here, buddy. You know it's out in the mail postal system.
I see no proof that such a thing ever existed.
Objection. What about the atroquinine residue, huh?
Oh, I agree. That does seem to be a troponine residue. But, Airfallhead, it's certainly no stamp.
Yeah, but...
Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Misham never would have used it. That is all.
Oh, you! I believe we've come to a conclusion again.
Boo, you whore. Apollo? Were we wrong the whole time?
No! I can't believe it! The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence. I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Yeah, join the club. We would all want closure now, don't we? Mr. Justice? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of poison atroquinine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene on this tiny picture frame. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that was left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it.
Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, And Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame. He never would have used that stamp.
Just messaging a D&D group.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read. I'm afraid you're right. Which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's case. I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time. I'm sure of it.
What's the time consensus for your D&D campaign?
Oh, we do it for like 3 hours.
I meant for when you have to go.
Oh. I'm messaging them right now because like we're doing it at 4:30, so no, I'm just messaging because if it's like in person, as I have to leave at 4.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's online, then I leave never.
Mm-hmm.
Person or doing it in person or online.
Today.
I swear, if Dom messages saying that he's busy today, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell y'all, but I'm going to be at my grandmother's place tonight.
Well, guess you're not going to D&D tonight.
So, online? Question mark? Okay. Alright, let's keep playing.
Dom's your DM, yeah?
God's my DM, yeah. Scheduling is my DM. Fucking aligning is my DM. The traces of atroquinine in the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham mysterious death. They're all connected somehow. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us? The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be fake.
Ah, a fake clue. Fascinating. And if we find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah?
Yes, it would, okay? The fake clue that thrown us off the poison trail is none other than...
It can't be the envelope or the frame, right? Because they both have atroquinine traces.
Drew Misham. Drew Misham didn't die. It was actually his twin brother, Joey Drew.
Joey Misham.
Joey Misham. The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand. I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Objection!
Congratulations. You've completely lost me.
Yeah, that's my plan.
So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that.
Thank you. The fake clue, the fakes, forgeries. Ah ha ha ha!
I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face.
Right, you are, Trucy. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm toying with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake?
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger sniffed the trap and stepped aside. 7 years pass. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why? That's what I want to know. If the forger who was killed was a fake. Oh, you're telling me Vera's the forger?
Here we are again. The victim was a fake.
One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake. Order, 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 I say.
So you are telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger? You'd better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo.
But I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Misham was. Drew Misham wasn't the real forger. There's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was... It was Phoenix Wright. It had to be.
Yeah, it was totally Phoenix.
Think about it. 7 years ago, he forged evidence. Vera Misham. There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger, known as Drew Misham, is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb, even for you.
Call me crazy.
I kinda agree. I mean, Vera? A forger?
Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery has been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger. Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense. One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the studio, in the forger studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well, oh, 4th time, let's go. He is completely astonished this time.
Fascinating.
Vera Misham. You've been paying attention to the trial so far.
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger Drew Misham?
Oh, that's sweet expression. What, was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? This is new. She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face.
I'm used to being stared at by Fräuleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art?
Only sometimes.
Yes.
So the forger, Drew Misham, was you?
Yes, it was me.
Oh,
Oh.
Look at it! Look at this! It's so cute! I love her!
What?
I didn't realize how long her hair is. Whoa.
The court was in an uproar and it wasn't coming down. Sorry. We had a break for a 10-minute recess. Let's go! I call the monkey bars!
Alright, do you wanna stop here or do you wanna keep going? I guess it depends on whether or not...
I got 30 more minutes if you want to keep going.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I just want to get to a certain part and then we can stop.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham, the forger, basically.
Huh? Well then who was he?
Trucy. Well, he was actually Vera Misham doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Yes. Her father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Even the materials I could make anything.
Anything?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those.
Forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution or personality.
This is all the personality you need, girl. You're rocking it, man.
I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already
She was
How
12
old is
years
she?
old! She was 12 years old when she started making forgeries! She's 19
Damn.
now!
You get it, girl.
Dang.
So listen, you gotta make that buck somehow. And this account, you were already creating your works back then.
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned. That was...
Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please.
Right. Out of time.
Wait, Vera! Just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings.
Oh yeah, thank you, Trucy. I was thinking about that, and then I forgot literally 2 seconds ago.
I see.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Justice,
Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright and Co. law offices. But
Is he
lately,
my dad?
but lately we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Terribly. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
Nice!
Who was Mr. Misham?
How am I supposed to know that?
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Judging from the relative ages involved, I say it's highly unlikely. I don't know, he's wearing green. Could he be Mr. Gumshoe, but shorter? Nah.
Gumshoe got a profession as a painter and had a daughter with Maggie
Yep.
Bird.
He was like, you know, I'm done with this. I'm out. I'm gonna become 3 feet shorter. Gonna become a painter. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. You can say that. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out.
I guess.
Daddy, do you even love me? Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona? Persona?
God damn it. There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
Go watch my Persona 2 playthroughs. Hey, I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
What? What's so hard?
I don't know. Check your pants.
What the
Clapolo! Clapolo! I'm 15 years old. I can make sex jokes. Daddy said I'm allowed.
Can't be surprised. You use magic panties. Okay. Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Oh, she looks stressed.
She's so cute. Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one?
Well, sometimes.
Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So, she was the one who made the point.
Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of her operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing, haven't I?
Only sometimes.
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes. It was in the desk drawer.
Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. Thank you, Klavier, for speaking. They gave me time to open up my D&D tabs.
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony.
Not that the witness realizes it.
Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. Okay, I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. So these things you were making are... You mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier Father was.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't think he was a bad father, but I mean... I'm getting... it's giving me manipulation vibes.
Slight.
I don't like it.
Slight.
Still, Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin your work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Objection!
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
Not yet, anyways. True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Alright.
Hold it!
By other than a painting, you mean you only done paintings up to that point.
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham.
A new industry.
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
Uh-oh.
Hold it!
What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back, atroquinine.
Objection!
A moment, Halflehead.
God damn it.
You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive this stamp?
She don't like you.
I
Is
don't,
something wrong?
I don't like you. I do not like you. It was beautiful.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Yes, I think it was.
So you didn't know about the poison?
Oh,
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I love
Because-
her. I love her so much. Oh. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
Hold it!
You mean you moved to where the current Drew, I keep wanting to say Joey. The current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
A single drop would tie them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility to the world in the world at large.
Honestly fair.
We had to meet someone for some reason. Father Post is the creator of the work.
So that's what the real essence of the artist Drew Misham. You did the work and he supplied the face. I mean, he has a good face, I won't lie.
He does.
So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in? Aw.
I love her. Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty. And more than that,
Yes.
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new! Let's go! Let's go! Let's
This is
go!
like the 5th time he's done this. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. Oh, I love her so much.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians. So I kept
Hold
it.
it!
Wait. Wait, fuck, hold on, I'm gonna remember the name. Is that, no. It's something, Valley something.
Valant
I forgot the names.
Garamrye.
Valant Garamrye. The Grammarys!
Yep.
Magicians!
I love mysterious things. I always
I like
have.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat.
You're confusing mysterious with freaky. I like to think that Trucy in the background just like her like kind of like spidey senses came up. Excuse me? Magicians?
Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great?
Fine, great, yeah, sure. Huh. No need to get all excited, Trucy.
But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad.
Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troop? Now where have I heard that before?
Troop Garamrye.
Nah, I don't know what a Garamrye is. The red envelope came after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Apollo?
We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope. And the path it took to take Drew Misham's life.
I wonder what we need to present here.
I wonder what. Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch?
Don't call them this bunch, please.
Was it this troop? Was it these people? Was it this group of magnificent people?
Apollo, they're not a bunch.
I'm sorry! I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat true Garamrye.
That's bias!
It might be.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, he's sweating bullets. Prosecutor Gavin?
Garamrye?
Oh, that's right! Because of the whole disappearing act. Oh, yeah, you'd be pissed at him, wouldn't you? What's with Gavin?
Garamrye, might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting.
Oh!
Please, tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask why? No! Answer the question! Now!
Hey, don't be so rude to the girl!
She's just
I
19!
can see why she doesn't like you. Okay, she's not. Okay, she's almost an adult. Okay, I'm sorry.
She is
But
an
no.
adult. She's an adult. She's just
yeah,
a little
she
waif.
is.
She's just a little waif of a woman.
A little weep of a woman. Okay. Prosecutor Gavin? Usually not the one who volumes concerns.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me.
That's a nicer way of putting it.
It was a book. A single page in a book. A book. Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book, like a diary. No! I don't know!
Gavin, you're freaking out, buddy. This is not normal. Do you want me to get you some tea? That usually helps.
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the cover? Yes, on the back cover. Yes or no? How did you know?
Prosecutor Gavin, defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. You're scaring her.
He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing!
Sullied who?
Phoenix Wright. Who else? Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge?
I've been trying to ask.
It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
What? Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix Wright tossed out the of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence is the girl standing right in front of me. Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made, was used in the trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham you to forge that evidence? For all our sakes, who was it? I don't mean to scare you, sweetie, but please tell us.
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
Yes, what? Is there something about me?
I remember clearly.
Oh, was it the brother?
I remember who gave me the book. Diary.
Who was it? Vera?
Oh.
Defendant Vera Misham. Condition, unconscious.
We
Examiner's
stressed her the fuck
diagnosis,
out.
acute atroquinine poisoning.
We stressed her out.
This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. And that is where we must go to find the whole truth. And that's where we're gonna stop for today!
The fuck?
I drew that out to exactly 15 minutes so that the atroquinine would have enough time to work through her system. Woo!
Alright.
Wait, she's poisoned?
Yep. You didn't see?
Oh, she was biting her nails.
Yeah, she was biting her nails.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I just noticed. I remember like the only thing she had in her, the biting of her nail. I feel so bad. I thought she literally passed out due to stress.
No, she was
Like,
poisoned.
guys.
She was poisoned.
Oh no.
Anyway, see you maybe not next Saturday because I have a con on Friday and I'm going to need some time to recover, but definitely the Saturday after that.
Yup. She fainted. Oh, she said the devil.
The devil!
All right, I know who to call. I'm gonna call Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm at Edgeworth.
The demon prosecutor versus the devil.
It's me, the devil from the Bible.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, that was a good case. I love that. I love this.
Yeah. Next time you're gonna be playing Phoenix Wright.
I'm playing Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, you're the protagonist.
Sure. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh shoot, I gotta make sure he's all professional. He doesn't. Okay, wait.
You're always the
what
one
munchies
behind the
does he like?
defense's bench.
What munchies does he like? I'm gonna have to find out what munchies he like. I'm gonna buy chips.
Anyway,
See you next time, everybody. And as always,
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Cliffhanger.
Hasta luego. Cliffhanger.
Hasta la vista, baby. Bye-bye.